Hey, welcome back to Affinity Woodworks. I want to share with you another finished project, something I completed yesterday, and the cutting boards keep on rolling. So I made this cutting board, is about 1.75 inches thick, and I actually made this off of some offcuts that I purchased from a gentleman. I have a whole bunch of offcuts now, so I got to keep making cutting boards. As much as sometimes I complain that I'm tired of them, I got to use up this lumber, these offcuts, by just building cutting boards. So I'm building 3 right now. This is the first one. I really like how this cherry turned out. Obviously cherry with a little bit of walnut, more cherry. But then I actually added this braid to it in maple. Let me see if I can get in there. Okay. Now, I've always contended that I want to be in the workshop and not in front of the computer. But I did make this design in Affinity Designer, and I finally figured out what the trick was. You want to take one line, get one line right with the tool, and then copy it and flip it and flip it. You know, flip it this way, flip it that way. And if you do that, you get this, you can create these nice braids very, very quickly. So that's what I did. And then I used the Shaper Origin, of course, which is a handheld CNC machine to cut those 16th inch grooves, lines. And then I went to my my belt sander, my drum sander, and sanded down some small offcuts and glued that in. The key with this to note is that you have to do one line at a time, right? You don't want to cut this piece and then that piece. So cut one line, glue in the line or the spline, sand it, let it dry, sand it flush, cut the next one, etc., etc. So it takes, maybe a day or two, depending on your dry time and what you're doing, etc. Also routed in what I think are nice handles here, just kind of a nice ledge to pick up on, etc. And then finally, got to have your logo in there, of course. Okay? So again, thanks for joining me. I hope this inspired you to get out in the workshop. Have a good one.